Okay, good morning, students. In this lecture, we will see our next topic, that is reprogrammable gate array. This one is the syllabus of your VLSI system design. This one is your unit 1. And from the topic of programmable interconnect, we already covered in our previous lecture. Now in this lecture, we will discuss programmable gate array. This one is the topic that we discussed in this class. Now only one two topic remaining in your first unit. Now, what is reprogrammable gate array? There are various type of programmable logic devices we already discussed in our previous lecture. Programmable logic devices is that is used to program in any logic circuit. Okay, so the advantage of programming of any logic circuit, the advantage of programming of any devices is that the cost of the devices as well as the cost of the devices is reduced, and we can use several times the same devices. There is one another type of there is another type of programmable devices known as reprogrammable gate array, where this one is known as the reprogrammable gate array. Reprogrammable gate array is are of two classes, is divided into two classes. One is ad hoc and another one is the structured array. One is known as ad hoc and another one is the structured array. These division are on the basis of their structure only. These division are on the basis of their structure, and along with the memory element that we used inside that structure. On the basis of, we divide the programmable reprogrammable gate array into two types. In this lecture, we will just discuss about ad hoc array. Okay, in this lecture we will discuss about ad hoc array, and the structured array we will see in our next lecture. Okay, so we start from ad hoc array. Now, what is ad hoc array? When for making any reprogrammable structure, or when making any for making any array, if we use a certain type of structure of in that various memory cells are connected with another, and there are some specific type of interconnection between them, so it is known as ad hoc array. Generally, a company known as Xilinx uses a pattern known as ad hoc array. Okay, uh, one of the series of Xilinx programmable FPGA, Xilinx FPGA, that is XC3000 series, follow ad hoc array pattern. Okay, now what is in ad hoc pattern? In ad hoc pattern, some memory elements are there. Generally, they are use a configurable logic block. We know that what is configurable logic block. In configurable logic block, for implementing any function, we can use several type of multiplexer, and by using any multiplexer, we implement any type of functions. Okay, and so, and also for the interconnection of one configurable logic block to another configurable logic block, we use n channel pass transistor. Okay, we can see the architecture of XC3000 series in our next slide. This one is the whole structure of Xilinx FPGA. This one is the Xilinx FPGA structure. Here this square block represents CLBs. CLBs stands for configurable logic block. These are and the whole combination of this configurable logic block is known as array of configurable logic blocks. These are the element that is stored. These are the element that is responsible to generate any function, and it can be used by using several multiplexer. We can see it we can see it in our next slide. Okay, these blocks are the configurable logic blocks. Okay, for making any function, these blocks are responsible. Now the spacing, now the horizontal spacing, that means these blank space between two different square blocks, these horizontal spacing and these vertical spacing is nothing but a path, nothing but a channel that is used to connect the configurable logic block. Okay, you can see here vertical routing channels are written here. Horizontal routing channel is written here. That means this blank space is nothing but a path of channel. Path is the space that is used to make a path make a path to connect more than one configurable logic block. Okay, now these configurable logic block, you can see this squared structure is covered in a certain input output buffer. Now what is this input output buffer? When we need to access this configurable logic block, it means that when we need to provide any input to this configurable logic blocks, or we need to or we want to some output from this configurable logic block from this FPGA structure, then at that time we can use this input output buffer. By using these input output buffer, we can extract, we can get several outputs simultaneously from this FPGA structure. The theory portion for this diagram is all mentioned here. The theory portion for this block is all mentioned here. This one is the FPGA structure of XC3000. This one is the structure of XC3000 series. Along with XC3000 series, there are some more series of Xilinx that follow the ad hoc structure. One of them is XC4000. Okay, this one is one of the series that also follows the ad hoc structure. The main difference between them is that number of CLBs that can be used to generate any function. Okay, so this one is the basic part. That means we study here the what is configurable logic block. We study what is the where are the interconnections, and where is the input output buffer, how we can extract the input output from the circuit. These all can study by using this same graph, same picture. Now this diagram is the represent the now this diagram is the inner portion of configurable logic block. If this diagram is blurred, then you can use Neil Weisstein for making this diagram. This one is the inner portion of your configurable logic block. This one is the outer portion. This square blocks is the configurable logic block, and this diagram is the inner portion of configurable logic block. Okay, in configuration, in any configurable logic blocks, we use several multiplexer. Here you can see there are the various multiplexers that is responsible to select number of inputs from number of output from number of inputs. You can, by using this RAM state, by using RAM state, if there are more than one input, then you can select any one of them. Okay, some combinational functions is also there. You can see there are the five different here there are five different inputs are there, A, B, C, D. For using this by using these five inputs, you can make two different functions. You can see there are the two outputs of combinational functions. Here are the two functions. So these two functions are the combinations. These two functions are implemented by using these five inputs only. Okay, and for selecting any for selecting the one output from number of input, we can use the RAM state. These are the multiplexer, and the selection line in this multiplexer is our RAM state. Okay, here the register are present. What is register? Register is nothing but a memory state. It can use when we need to store more than one bit. At that time, instead of using flip-flop, we can use this register. Okay, so this one is all about, the inner portion of this configurable logic block. Okay, you can see the theory portion of this configurable logic block by using this slide. Okay, here the all theory portion regarding this structure is mentioned here. Okay, now now we are talking about talking about the path and the interconnection between two configurable logic block. We know that when we need to combine, when we need to connect two configurable logic blocks, at that time we need some we need to use this horizontal as well as this vertical routing channel. Okay, so the structure to represent the logic to represent the horizontal and vertical routing channels along with the configurable logic block is shown here. Here every configurable logic block is surrounded by surrounded by some horizontal and vertical logic channels, vertical channels. These channels can be programmed. Here the box, here the rectangle box is represented. Here the rectangle box is the programmable interconnection. Okay, that means if we want to avoid this interconnection, if you want to avoid this interconnection between two switches, this interconnection between this interconnection between horizontal path and vertical path is known as is done by using switching matrix. Switching matrix is responsible to connect vertical line with the horizontal line, or we can say for connecting of vertical channel with the horizontal channel we can use the switching matrix. Okay, and which path is need to connect and which path should be avoided for the connection, we can done it by using the programmable interconnection point. These are the five inputs, and these one are the outputs that we already discussed in our previous slide, that in configurable logic block, five five different variables, five different variables are there, and by using this variable we can generate two logic functions. Okay, so these logic functions can be connected by using the programmable interconnect. Also the horizontal and vertical line can be connected by using switching matrix. Okay, the theory portion for this switching matrix along with the programmable interconnects connection is mentioned in this slide. Okay. Okay, so this one is the last part. So this one is the last part. Here some points are mentioned, that some of important points are that if you want to implement a 32-bit adder, so at that time 62-bit CLBs are required. Okay, so this one is mentioned here, this one is the mentioned here, and the speed at that time the speed will be 20 to 50 megahertz. Okay, so these points need to be remembered for your ad hoc array pattern. And the last point, now the in this last point, one thing should be remembered, that the main advantage of this reprogrammable gate array is that to redesign the internal of a chip by changing the software. Okay, that means that it means that you can easily change the interconnection by using some programming software. So you can if you can done this, then you can use this programmable array pattern, this ad hoc array, various time for making any logic functions. Okay, so this one is all about the ad hoc array pattern. In the next lecture we will discuss the structured array, that is the second class of our reprogrammable gate array. Okay, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.